out of 19.9 million refugees under the care, and 7.4 million are of school age. But only 3% of refugee students are currently enrolled in higher education, and the 4 million are unable to attend school. Can you just imagine and how it is very concerning for the students and school age that they are not getting the education? As every child has the right to education, as UNICEF has also said, education is a fundamental human right. Be it a girl or be it a boy in every country is entitled to it. It is the basic human right and it is the very protection, empowers and enlightens the refugees. And now Amin will give the background information about this. Amin, please go ahead.
Education is a need for everyone in this world right now. It's make the equality for everyone. As per my research, we can see that by education we can understand, we can reduce the racism, and we can understand how people think, and increase the quality of human lives and making the better communication with humans. Education, but there is some limitation for some people that cannot access to the education. For example, there are some people with the ability, they are not able to connect with the proper education. For example, in Afghanistan, there is no proper education system for learning. For example, a place for learning or proper system to learning. There are also for some people are not able to. For example, they have mental problems, and these people have problem with the system, and it's need for everyone that has to education. Actually, right now I'm outside. I'm not able to talk. Sorry for this. If it's possible, we should continue.
Okay, sure. Now, Parveen will talk about her personal experience and her struggles to access education. Over to you, Parveen.
Okay, so in my opinion, inclusive education means that all students attend and are welcomed by their neighborhood and neighborhood schools and age-appropriate or regular classes, and are supported in their challenges and other higher educations that they are facing or they want to have in their lives. So, in my opinion, I had a very bad challenge that I used to have in my young age. So, when I first came to India from Afghanistan to India, I was in 7th grade, but I couldn't continue my studies because of not knowing the language, not being a part of like a citizen of India. So I couldn't continue my studies. And we didn't know where the schools are exactly. And after some months, we found the address of Bosco Center, and we went there for admission in schools and other classes of it. So we got admission, and my siblings also got admission in government schools. And I was the only person left as non-school going person. So I was very annoyed and depressed that in this age or in this early age, I'm not going to school. So it's very a bad emotion for me. And because of that, it was because that I was 13 years old. And after some months, I couldn't stay at home. So I decided to take admission at private schools. And I took admission at private school named Swarm Public School, and after that I started my studies from 5th class. And it was very annoying for me that I was 7 years in 7th class that I started to came in India, but when I start my classes, I start from 5th class. So it was very annoying, and I had these difficulties, and now I'm in 10th class of NIOS, and I want to have my higher educations to be bright and out of difficulties or the experiences that I have. So that's it. Do you people have any such experiences? If you have, then you can share with us.
Yes, I would also like to share my experience that uh, as we all know, refugee children are 5 times more likely to be out of school than non-refugee children due to many several reasons. Like now, for current scenario in Myanmar, like military coup, and in Afghanistan as well, the political many issues, many several problems, and we are forced to flee from our homes, and we children and don't doesn't even have a school to go. So I also have a personal experience, and when I first came here, I did not have a school to attend. Only there was a language barrier, many other problems like I cannot count, and I'm pretty sure many of you have the problems and have faced many difficulties. Now I would like to tell the solutions and all. The impact of higher education in our community. Parveen, would you like to go?
Uh,
Sorry, can you point me to the slide number? Where do I have to? Or it's general. It's generic, like.
Point maybe 7 or 8.
Okay, this one maybe. This one.
Okay, yes. Parveen, would you like to go for impact of higher education in our communities?
Okay, yeah. In my opinion, a higher education allows you to pursue a career that interests and inspires you. When you have the freedom to choose your career, you are more likely to enjoy it, and you are more likely to have it and to do its job in a very interesting way. And higher job satisfaction also comes from higher income, better employment benefits, and more advancement opportunities. And that's it.
Okay, now it's time to talk about our solution. As we are heterogeneous, diverse group of students, and we should know that education is the only key to brighter our futures for refugee children and for all of us. It is vital for children and it helps our learning skills, build confidence, and think critically. It also improves our chances of earning an income as adults moving out of poverty, and this is good for children and society. Can we move to next slide, please? Yes, next to this. Yes, it says refugee children has lost their homes, but we cannot allow them to lose their future. When the word comes education, what comes in your mind? What do you think of education? Are we studying for income? Are we studying for higher status? Or are we studying to help other people? Are we studying for suppress other peoples? It's up to you. But we have to choose and join hands to help the other children and to brighter our future and better place to live in. Now, when we came to support, what kind of support should we give to the children, refugee children? There may be many supports like emotional support, cultural integration support, language and attitudes, academic support, and parental involvement. Many supports can be given to them, and we can encourage them to join many societies and many, schools, and we can enroll them in schools by asking them permissions and all. So we should join holding sessions, and we should give them encourage about future expect environment and improving their language skills, as we have all faced these difficulties in the past. Now, next to the next slide. Yes, these are the two greatest people example in our life, Mr. Albert Einstein and Malala. These are the two very as an example. We should set as an example. We should be like them. It is not important that refugee cannot study and no one can have future. It is not that. We should study and we should educate ourselves, be like them, and involve and engage in the society to become a better place to live in. So let's meet and let's join our hands and
Thank you so much, May and team, for especially for this place, for the